Alright y'all, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Stay sneaky bowling. You already know what's going on here. Actually you don't. That's why you're here. That's why the intro being made. Alright, boom. So quick little rundown. This is just an intro to the channel. First vlog. Essentially, I'm not doing nothing but practicing today, right? I bowled my first tournament on Saturday, alright? Real quick rundown on me. I've been bowling seriously since January. I started taking it serious. I always thought I've been decent at bowling. So as soon as I started taking it serious, I realized how good I was not. If that makes sense, I really wasn't that good. But like on a social bowling level, I thought I was fire. But I've been taking bowling serious since January. I told myself once I started taking it serious, before I buy a ball, I gotta get a 200, right? Ended up getting a 200 in March. Mind you, I said I started in January. It took me until March to get a 200 with a house ball. As soon as I got that 200, the next day, went and bought my own ball, right? All right, so I currently have an arsenal of 2 bowling balls, which I will show y'all. Like I said, this is just the first vlog, all right? Bowling has been my life for like since January, so why not start a page? All right, Instagram, same thing, stay sneaky. Go ahead and follow that. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited for this journey to build this community with y'all. I feel like it's gonna be fun. I have a mission for this channel, so if you could peep what the mission is somewhere in any of these videos, I hope you could like comment down below. All right, so let me show y'all my arsenal real quick. I know it sounds like I'm rushing. I had to do a couple things this morning prior to me going to work. I'm trying to squeeze in a practice session before I go to work. Like I said, first tournament is on Saturday, which is 2 days from now. Today's Thursday, and I don't have a sanctioned average, so I've never bowled in league. I planned on bowling in league this coming fall, but I do want to get into this tournament and see what the vibes are like. The handicap is 80% of 230, and because I don't have an average, I just get assumed that like my average is 230, so whatever I score is essentially what I score. So I have to score high to like have a chance at winning this tournament. All right, so I do have a partner. It is duos. Y'all will see my partner a lot in these videos. So with that being said, let's move forward. Let me just show y'all the arsenal real quick. All right, my arsenal right now currently consists of 2 bowling balls. As I begin to learn more about this sport, which I had no idea that this much went into bowling, like I genuinely appreciate how mental bowling is. Aside from it being physical, like it does take skill, but you do got to have a lot of knowledge to play this game. Now, funny thing with me about bowling is I approach it like any other sport. Football, basketball, baseball, I played it all. But I'm super serious and super competitive about bowling. I feel like I'm like a very, just an unorthodox person all around with the way I throw the ball. I switch from one hand, no thumb, to 2 hands, still no thumb. Never use my thumb. But arsenal, right? Swag Serpent. This is like my go-to ball right now. I love this ball. It gives me a lot of reaction on the back end. It hooks hard into the pins. That's why I like it. Asymmetrical, hybrid cover. I don't know what else I can say about this ball. It does get further down lane before it starts to make its move. It's kind of why I like it. But this right here has been my go-to ball. I can bowl like 5-6 games straight with this ball, like from beginning to end. You know what I mean? Love this ball right here. And here we have the first ball I ever bought right after I bowled my first 200, like literally the next day, which is a Brunswick Rhino. It's known as an entry-level ball, right? Curves a little bit more than a house ball. This is 14 pounds. My Swag Serpent is 15, right? Mind you, when I started getting into bowling, I was bowling like 11, 12 pounds. And the advice was to go heavier, right? So I started going heavier. I started getting comfortable with it. And in fact, I bowled my first 200 with a 14-pound ball, which is what made me make the switch to go up and actually started getting comfortable with heavier weights, right? So I only got 2 holes drilled in there. Started throwing this ball with 1 hand, no thumb, and then I had like a really bad day. I bowled my highest with this ball, 1 hand, no thumb, 247. And then I broke that PR with the Swag Serpent just by 1, 248. So I'm starting to grow out of this ball, I'm not gonna lie. It is really good for dry conditions. This one's symmetrical, it's pearl, it's a pearl reactive. Again, just growing out of it, you know. I'm looking into something else for drier conditions. So that's about it. It's not a bad ball, but it's just, I feel like I need something a little more advanced. As I'm learning more, getting better at the sport, I'm just growing out of it. That's all. So mind you, I don't know everything about bowling. So if you're here to get advice, we're gonna be learning together. All right. So this is gonna be a pretty fun, laid back channel, right? I think my personality is gonna show a lot through this. With that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the content. Please hit that subscribe button if you're rocking with me. This is a new channel. Like I said, this is the first vlog of the channel. Just practicing for Saturday, right? So let's go get this practice session in. I'll catch y'all in the lanes. It's hot in here. It's super hot in this alley. But so like I said, my first game I bowled 137, but that's like generally a warm-up game for me. In league you get a 10-minute warm-up, so I generally count my first game as a 10-minute warm-up. Try to find my line, stick with it. My general rule of thumb, if you're guessing why I move around the lane a little bit, the reaction I'm looking at. If my ball hooks too far left in my mind, and this is how it works for me, I have to move left. I have to move my target left, feet, target, whatever. Something has to go left. If it goes too far right, I have to move right. Now, generally, in like the alley that I bowl in often, I'm usually bowling left to right. I'm going across 20, 25-ish. Here, I'm on like 15. I'm making little adjustments, 16, 17. You know what I mean? Or actually, I believe I'm on 10 right now. So I'm bowling from like anywhere from 10 to 15, just making little adjustments with my boards, going from like 10 to 11 to 12 and so on, just checking out my reaction as the lane transitions. This is like my official first game score. The actual first game I bowled, which I usually name as like a warm-up game, I bowled 137. So if I'm going to track my average, I'm generally not going to count the first game because I want to do the average of my scores after warm-up. Yeah, the only thing I don't like my gripe with that whole practice is missing spares, because spares matter. Spares 100% matter. And also I want to be able to fill out the transition in the lane quicker. Like once I find a line, it feel good, and then when the line stops working, I get flustered, right? Now I know for sure I'm not striking every time, which is okay. That's gonna happen, that's gonna happen, but obviously the goal is to get as close to perfect as possible. You want to score as high as possible. That's how you win. So I just want to be able to combat the transition in the lane faster. I feel like I do a good job with adjustments, but I certainly start to get flustered when it takes too long to adjust. So maybe I don't do good with adjustments. Let me rephrase that. But I typically get flustered when I'm like, all right, I'm adjusting, something has to move. I know for sure something has to move. I'm moving it, but that's not working, and I have to go through it multiple times. It just takes too long. Typically when you're in league, you get 3 or 4 games depending on the league, so you got to combat that quicker, right? So Also, I want to get a spare ball. I don't know if that'll help. Typically, I use a house ball as my spare ball because I don't have one. So I feel like a fresh spare ball, you know, house balls be beat up. So I feel like a spare ball would do me some justice. I don't know. I feel like my ball was good for those conditions, obviously, because I found a line and I was striking with it. I'm typically not bowling on the right side of the lane. Like, I usually don't bowl 5, 10, even 15 board. Like, I'm usually 20, 25, and so on forward. Maybe as close to 30 as possible sometimes. So that was interesting. I'm glad I did find the line. I was able to read the lane a little bit. Hopefully y'all can hear me. And we'll be back for the next practice session, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up to Stay Sneaky. More content on the way. We're gonna try to do this as much as possible. And like I said, there's a mission within the channel. So hopefully y'all can peep that mission.